The topic I'd like to present is on the effectiveness of tailor-made interventional package to enhance the relaxation on stress, depression, and anxiety among elders. In India, actually, majority of the population is around 121 crores around 2019, and in that, over the age of 60 years is around 10 crore plus, whereas the aging population in Tamil Nadu is around 10 percentage. The World Health Organization estimated around 81 millions or elders, and we classify 60 years and above or at old age. So the population has aged on 60 years and above in India has been increasing up from past 19th century towards 2015. So the elderly population has been increased, was being stated up by the United Nations Population Funds and the Ministry of Statistics and the program implementation in Indian government and All India Senior Citizens Confederations. The Hindu, a famous leading Indian newspaper, was stated that published an article that the old age homes have been mushrooming day by day, and most of the elders is not happy because of an isolation, and those isolation was putting them into a lot of stress and depression. Even the Age Well Foundation in 2018 states nearly 10,000 samples was found on survey. 1 in 4 elders are living alone. So they are need to take care of. Even the government of Puducherry states there is an social welfare department who rescued 46 destitutes who are left over the streets. So depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. It's going to be a worldwide problem. And the Tamil Nadu comprises of 10% of elders among overall population, and among them the majority was female, and most elders suffer with the depression and dementia. The psychological dysfunction may leads to the long-standing stress. Hence I have selected research work to do up, and the objectives of your study is to assess the level of stress, depression, and anxiety before the relaxation technique in the experimental group, whereas give simple physical exercises to the control group. And what the term TIPER means is a tailor-made interventional package to enhance the relaxation, which actually comprises of Jacobson progressive muscle relaxation, guided imagery, and breathing mindfulness meditation. The level of stress and depression has been assessed using a scale of DAS, Depression Anxiety Stress Scale of 21 version, and the ICD-10 criteria has been used for assessment. The old age homes were being selected for 4 predominant old age homes at Puducherry to conduct this study. The hypothesis has been framed is there will be some significant difference in the level of stress, depression, and anxiety score before and after administering the TIPER in the experimental group. And this is a conceptual framework which has been framed of the different stages, as a stage 1 is an unfreezing stage, and stage 2 is a moving or changing stage, and stage 3 is a refreezing stage. So when we are trying to give a relaxation as a driving force, and where we will actually have a restraining force that will act as an obstacle for giving up the relaxation techniques. When you are able to have solve out those obstacles, the obstacles may be the elders may have cognitive deficits. They have a lot of complications such as diabetes, hypertension, mental disorders, sensory deficits, and cardiac disease, and so much of physical and psychological issues to pursue this relaxation technique. So once we overcome those, these obstacles cannot be restraints. So we are put into state of excluding them, and the possible normal elders who are really suffering out of mild and moderate state of stress, anxiety, and depression was taken care and given the relaxation sequences, and thereby their stress, depression, and anxiety was come down. So the research is actually a mixed research approach, and the randomized control trial was being adopted, and the target population is 60 years of age and above, and the elders in the 4 old age homes are accessible population. And the sampling technique was a total enumerative sampling technique to select the samples, and simple randomized sampling technique for allocation into experimental and control group. And the sample size was in phase 1. After doing up the cognitive assessment, it would be 211, and in phase 2, after excluding their physical and psychological comorbid conditions, it's 90, and it has been divided into 45 in experimental and 45 in the control group. So the sample size is estimated and it's rounded off to 45. The tools was used in the study was modified Kupasami's socioeconomic skills and mini mental status examination to rule out their cognitive deficits, and depression, anxiety, stress scale of 21 version, and state and trait anxiety inventories, and ICD-10 criteria. So their demographic variables has been sorted out in following headings such as age, gender, education, occupation, marital status, number of son or daughter, physical illness, medication, duration of stay in old age homes, and availing the benefits of old age, and the visit of family members. And this is a description of your modified socioeconomic scale, and mini mental status scale is and the depression, anxiety, stress scale, okay, has been, and the ICD-10 criteria has been used for and the sampling criteria of my study is the elders who are 60 years and above. Both the male and female elders was adopted, and the elders who are willing to participate in the study was taken up, and the elders who have a sensory impairment, who are very severely depressed, who have panic anxiety, who have a severe cognitive impairment, and the complications of diabetes, neurological dysfunctions, and those who are on psychiatric medications, cardiac diseases, and the influence of the withdrawal state of substance use, and those who are practicing yoga intermittently or excluded in order to prevent the research bias. So the description of the intervention is a Jacobson progressive muscle relaxation technique. So before the intervention, the interpersonal relationship with the elders is maintained. So maximum of 10 members have been gathered as a single session of giving up the relaxation techniques, and we prepared all the basic measures of emptying their bowel and bladders and making them to be so comfortable for the intervention. So the intervention is planned for 25 minutes in elders on evening time, since it's so comfortable to them. The tool used as reliable because the reliability was been already checked, and it's reliable. Its score was above 0.86. The sequence of interventions has been started up. Starts with the progressive muscle relaxation and guided imaginary, and followed and end up with the mindfulness meditation. Because I was doing up the education program in yoga, I come to know that not a single relaxation technique was more effective, but the sequence of giving up the relaxation and ending up with the meditation part will actually increase the intense feeling of the relaxation. So I just want to test this in the sequential order of the effectiveness of intervention. So I have adopted a study. So Jacobson progressive muscle is a step-by-step process of tensing the muscles and giving up the relaxed state has been adopted in a study. And the guided imagery is the elders are given the standard sequence and make them to imagine towards a situation. And the intervention was ended up with a breathing mindfulness meditation, because the breath is the object of concentration here. And it's been instructed to the elders, don't fight with the thoughts. If the thoughts arises, it disturbs, don't fight, and just follow the slow and deep breathing, because you are going to concentrate on the breathing. But in order to avoid the research bias, the simple physical exercises of similar duration is given to the control group members in the old age homes. So we also find out how far the systolic BP and diastolic BP is going to reduce when we are able to follow this relaxation technique after a continuous 1 month of duration. So it's found it has been decreasing of 1.53 mm of Hg of systolic BP and 1.33 mm of diastolic BP in a steady group. Since it's a mixed research approach, we also identified certain themes while talking up with the elders, what may be the contributing for them to be depressed and anxious. So I identified there is a feel of loneliness and not disturbing others, and they have the expectation their sons and daughter will come and see them once a while, and they just feel that just their life is just running out. And since they have a lot of physical issues, they feel like something is troubling, and they are concerned with the health problems. They also feel the resemblance of seeing a similar age group of anyone. They just resemble and think of their own sons and daughters, and they feel of being independent, because I was not dependent on you. And in the conclusion part, the results actually revealed that the t-value in steady group of depression, anxiety, and stress were 4.452, 3.358, and 4.810 respectively. The p-value of the steady group was less than 0.01, and it's statistically significant when compared with the control group, where the simple physical exercises is provided. And a similar study can be conducted with the other relaxation techniques, such as autogenic training and music therapy, and we can also see the differences. And you can also do up with the software engineers and the others who really suffer out of the psychological problems. So thank you, and thank you all of you.